Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy back at it again. It's Rico. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to another edition of the Rico Report. After not a great way to come and celebrate a Tuesday. I'll tell you that much. Victory Monday was spoiled. You know what I'm saying? We could have danced all the way up into Tuesday, but we here now. So, folks, welcome to another edition. It's the Rico Report, brought to you by the Buffalo Fanatics. Folks, we here. So let's get right to the shits, ladies and gentlemen. Folks, welcome. The Buffalo Bills take a heartbreaking loss, a gut-wrenching loss to the Tennessee Titans. And the reason that this one, it hurts just as much as last year. But yeah, last year we got blown out. So we just couldn't wait for the game to just end. Just end this game. We know we lost this. Move on to the next. That's how it felt. But I would tell you, man, this one we were at full strength. We were playing the most banged up team in the league. We were at the strongest we've ever been, with mostly everybody healthy, facing a team that was depleted and almost trying to get people back. And even during the game, they were losing guys left, right, and center. They lose their starting corner. Then they lose their backup corner. Like, fam, we didn't take the advantage that we should have taken. When I tell you I was heated yesterday, that is an understatement. And I was actually being cool and calm with y'all, man. However, when you're married to a beautiful young woman, when you're married to a woman that knows how passionate you are about the team that you follow, you've been following for such a long time, and now you invest your time in, talking about this team. I'm not going to play like I'm some kind of, and now, analytics expert or any of that nonsense. I just talk about my team, man, and I just let that shit flow. And boy, did them shits flow. I was cussing. If you don't know Rated R Rico, man, he was present. And he was wild. And just to kind of give you guys an idea of what my wife has to deal with constantly on a day-to-day basis and on a week-to-week basis, I'm gonna give you guys a couple clips of your boy in action. And I know she's filming. I just don't give a damn. I'm just so focused on watching this damn game. And please tell me if you are like me. Tell me if we share, similar ways that we watch and fan out when we watch the game. So let me play a couple clips for y'all, and you guys let me know. And I'm sure you guys will know what plays and clips they are. Check this out.
Fucking men up!
That was so shit.
Oh, he fucking slipped!
I'm not proud of myself. That was a small clip. I'll give you another one.
Felicia, you're a fucking bum!
Don't
You guys are bums!
break
Come
that.
on, man! Golly!
Yep, that was me. I'm not embarrassed. I am not embarrassed to show it. I am not. Oh, it didn't stop there. It didn't stop there.
Oh, you call it fucking hold? You call it hold? Are you kidding me? Oh, you fucking rats! That's bullshit! Bullshit, man! Fuck you, man!
Oh yeah. And if you didn't think I was the son of immigrants, you could hear the accents in me, man. When I get to going, boy, you start seeing, yo, that boy Haitian. I tell you. And then here's the cherry on top. The wife has the nerve to ask me this while all this stuff is going on.
With 44 seconds left,
Are you all right?
Vrabel and company protecting a 3-point lead in a minute.
What?
Are you okay?
Am I okay? Do I look okay to you?
No. No, you don't. Oh.
No, not okay. I am not okay. And I'm still not okay now. And some people might say, hey, man, yo, you overreacting. Yo, this is a child's game, man. What you reacting like? You're a grown-ass man. You're reacting that way. Yes. And you know what? Games, you know what I'm saying, like this, are to be played by children, are to be played for fun. And when you get it, when you've played the game and you get involved in it, and that's your passion, that's your moment to become a child again, you're damn right. I'm a fan now. You know what I'm saying? I already got enough adult responsibilities to take care of that got me serious. If I want to tantrum out and do all that bullshit, guess what? I'm gonna do it. And I'm not gonna shy away from it. I guarantee I'm not. Now, am I the only fan that acts like that? If I am, so be it. But if you are like me, while we watch these games with so much passion, we put a lot of time into this and watching them, yo, give me I don't know what to give. Like, give me what emoji? Give me give me a microphone, man. Give me a microphone check. Give me a microphone check if you guys fan out the way I fan out. And if I'm overreacting, shoot, you let me know. You let me know. So, folks, welcome to another edition, you know what I'm saying, of the Both Fanatics, right? So, and the Rico Report, we've got some things to talk about. Thank you, King Thriller. King Thriller's just like me, man. You know what I'm saying? I like it. I like it. At least I'm not alone. Michael Shapardi is just like me, man. I appreciate that. Bills fan 1970. You like me. There's a lot of us like this, man. Yo, Autumn is like, yo, throw them mics out. Let me just throw these mics at this cat. Because, fam, that's how I get, man. That's how I get. You know what I'm saying? And when we winning, I'm great. But when we losing, boy, oh boy. Now, I've had time. We've all had time to sleep on it. You know what I'm saying? And really understand and try to understand, okay, how did we get to this game that we just played? You know what I'm saying? Why did this happen? How come this happened? So we got to let the dust settle, right? And once the dust settles, it allows you to see a little more clear. There's too much, no dust all around. You see a little more clear. And in my opinion, and I think we share a lot of these opinions, we were the better team between the two. The two teams playing, we were the better team, right? We were scoring at will when we wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Or moving the ball, excuse me. I don't want to say scoring at will, but we were moving the ball when we wanted to. If it wasn't for a freaking penalty that brought us back, we for the most part had the game in control. It's just certain circumstances in that game happened where it made us have to make a U-turn, deviate. All right, we can't do this. So they're obviously pressing on us. And here are the changes that we have to make. Now, did we make enough changes? Did we make enough, you know what I'm saying? Did we make enough adjustments in this game? Some could argue that we did not make enough adjustments. You know what I'm saying? Some say we made the adjustments, we just didn't execute. I'm with you guys in the position of we made enough plays, we just didn't execute. Things are going to go our way sometimes. Things are going to bounce the other way. And it surely did. And by the way, I see a lot of people throwing their mics up. I appreciate that because we fan the same way. We definitely fan the same way. And I do want to apologize to a lot of folks yesterday because when you guys were sending them super chats and sending messages, I was getting a whole whack of them. And I tried to go back, but so many messages came across the screen that I couldn't peel back. So it doesn't go unnoticed that much. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys. And you guys, I was going back to see if I can find some of these comments, and you guys made some fantastic points. Fantastic points. Now, let me look at my notes here and let's get to it because there's a few things I want to get to today. So, Coach, to me, a lot of questioning is, what do we do on 4th and 1? 4th and 1, your O-line was kind of getting bullied all game, couldn't establish the run. We just could not get things going in the run. So the trench, they sacked us 3 times. We lost 18 yards. So they had the better of us in the trench when it comes to their defensive front versus our offensive front, right? But we march all the way to their goal line from our end. We march all the way. Josh Allen makes a play. Right. Let's talk about it. Josh Allen, although he had some moments where you're wondering what's going on, but Josh Allen made a play. Let's look at it.
Pressure in the pocket if you're Tennessee. 3rd and 6. Allen wants to run out of there. Titans try to punch that ball out. Allen will try to leap for the first. Clock is running, and now they're going to stop it. We talk about the heart of Josh Allen. Nothing downfield. He's going to do whatever it takes. We saw him last week hurdle a defender. This time he tries to hurdle another one.
That was Borders he ran over.
And I tell you, the difference
tried to punch that ball out, too.
The difference between escaping the pocket to the left as opposed to the right.
Ruling on the field is that the runner down like out of bounds with the ball half a yard short of the line to gain. It'll be fourth down at that spot. Buffalo takes the second timeout. This will be a 30-second timeout.
That's a massive call right there.
We talk about, again, forcing him left. Cole Beasley was in the back of the end zone all by himself. And now a decision on fourth down from Sean McDermott.
Now, I'm gonna tell you that I can honestly tell you I must have watched this thing over 50 times, watching this play and replaying it in my head. On top of that, before going to bed, I was like, "Yo, if he just stretched it, if he just rolled to the right instead, and they called the play for the right, he gets that first down. If he stretches that with the right arm, right?" And I'm going through this, but the reason I bring this up is because although we had, some miscues all game long, we had the opportunity to seal the game. And if I have a quarterback like Josh Allen that can march me all the way up the freaking field and try to get that first down and stretch and try to put his body on the line, I will take that every day. Now, most people are going to say, wait a minute now, but he had Emmanuel Sanders. He should have hit Emmanuel Sanders, and we call that a day. Furthermore, he had Beasley in the end zone. Run a little lateral and flick it. You don't even have to turn your body and do what Mahomes does. Right? He runs sideways, fake that you're going to run it, do a little flick. A lot of those things can happen. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. But he went for the gusto. He went for the gusto as an alpha that he is and came up short. So now we are at 4th and 1. 4th and 1. To get a first down, to give us fresh set of downs. We have all our timeouts. Actually, we burnt one. So we have 2 timeouts to punch it in if we get this first down. And here's the play.
He fires off the football, and the feet of Josh Allen give out from underneath him, and that was clearly not enough room for the first down. Again, I love the decision from Sean McDermott. You trust your players. You have one of the best players in football, and Josh Allen, 240 pounds. You're going to win the game.
Now, let me tell you, man, I must have watched this one 100 times because I'm like, fam, what? That's like, listen, my man Pierre just said it just now. He that's one thing he just said. He said, hey, man, we had one timeout, I believe, at the time. I thought we just called one, that they called one. I thought we had 2. I could be wrong, but it doesn't matter at this point. We had timeout. We had a timeout. Let's just say we had one. But here's the tough part, right? So the debate was, why even bother when our O-line hasn't been pushing these guys around at all to go for it? Live another down, live another play, kick the field goal, and you know what I'm saying, hope and wish that we get that ball back from the defense, or we get the coin flip on our end and we take it and we march and we score a touchdown. We could have done that. Absolutely. But you and I both, we all know that we weren't stopping Henry. Henry probably, if we went to overtime and they got the ball back, I would have said he would have easily rushed 60 yards on that drive. He would have been at 200 yards rushing if we went to overtime and we gave the ball first or whatever the case is, because we weren't stopping Henry. We weren't. But if it wasn't for that 76-yard run, we'll get into that 76-yard run. Trust and believe that. But the sentiment was, it was very difficult to face Henry. Henry was not going to be stopped. I can guarantee you that 3 games straight, he was not going to be stopped. Now, for the other side of the coin, meaning don't settle for overtime and you go for the win. That was the right call. You go for the win. Get these guys out of here. Could you imagine? You bust your butt to get all the way down the field to kick a field goal? No, you go for the win. And when you have Josh Allen as your quarterback, 6'5", 237 pounds, that's not Matt Barkley back there. That's not Jake Fromm back there. That's a big boy. You put your eggs in a basket with him and you say, my line against your line. Let's see who's got it. Now, here's the problem. Allen slips. All right? That's one. Number 2, Deion Dawkins absolutely gets blown up by Simmons. Blown up and put on his ass by Simmons. Not only that, Feliciano gets driven across the freaking field out of the play. So you got 2 of your mauler linemen defeated completely. And on top of that, Allen slips. Doomed right from the start. And it's disheartening because, in my opinion, and some people disagree with me, if Allen doesn't forget about the 2 linemen getting blown up, if Allen doesn't lose his footing and he still has a bit of grip, I think he muscles his way to get in, because Spencer Brown slides over to kind of almost clean up and push. And I have a feeling if Allen was still up, we push either into the end zone, at least for the first down. However, shoulda, woulda, coulda. We fail on downs. We turn the ball over. We slip. We get blown up. And it was a theme almost that our linemen were getting beat by the Titans. Now, everybody wants to talk about rankings. We're number 1 defense. I told you guys this, and y'all can say that I didn't, but I did. I said, guys, don't worry so much about the rankings. It's the matchup. It's all about the matchup. And the Titans and the Bills, we don't match well with them. It's a fight right to the end. Blowout, forget about it. The last 5 meetings have not been a blowout except for last year. But last year was just such a fuckery year that anything could happen with that COVID and playing on a Tuesday and who's going to play and who's not going to play and all that shit. But at the end of the day, we didn't make enough plays to execute and win this game. And it showed. So, did Brian Daboll now call the right call? Do you go for the QB sneak? Or do we pull a stunt and say, you know what, fake QB sneak, and then go for a pass? Are they ready for that? Are they prepared for that? So many questions can come up. But to me, like my man Pierre said, that the QB sneak is usually, you know what I'm saying? I'd say 8 out of 10 times, you're going to get that QB sneak. Sometimes you can go 9 out of 10 times, you're going to get that QB sneak. Well, this was the 1 or 2 times that we didn't get it. And the circumstances, Dawkins gets blown up, Feliciano gets blown up, Mitch Morris got a little bit of leverage, you know what I'm saying? But we didn't execute. We didn't finish. We did not finish. But to me, it was the right call. It was the right play call. You go for it to win the game. You don't play to tie. You play to win the game. Herm is always going to have that one line, and it rings true right this second. You don't play for the tie. You don't play scared like a little bitch. That's not. We've had those coaches before, the Dick Durans and the slew of coaches that we've had. McDermott was a very conservative coach when he got here. He's learned to go for it on 4th down, to go for it. So you're gonna win, you go for it. And we just didn't make it. That's what it comes down to. By the way, for those that are tuned in for the very first time, do me a favor, smash that like while you guys are in here. Let's get this video up to 500 likes. Let's get this video. Help me get this video to 500 likes. Do me a favor, share this video, share this stream to your social media platforms and get everybody tuned in. So let's go. So folks, recapping, 4th and 1. Got to go for it. Don't settle for the field goal. And you just got to go for it because you don't know what happens, you know what I'm saying, in overtime. You know what I mean? Now, we have a segment that we get into. You guys already know what it is. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And we got to get to it. We got to get to it. And here's the deal. There's a lot of good that happened in this game. And we got to talk about it. And I need your help. Let me know how you guys felt about what went well in this game. So let me give you my good, you know what I'm saying? My good points in this game. So offense continues to roll. We put up 31 points. And to put up points in this game is not a small feat. You put up 31 points, good chance you're winning this game. Tennessee was like, I got something to say about that. And they put the points up too. They went and rode the bell cow that they have in Derrick Henry. And Derrick Henry did his job. Boy, did he ever. That boy is just a beast. 6'3", 247. Golly, man. And that boy can run. He outran everybody. Shoosh. Telling you, man. So the offense continues to roll. We put points up, 30 plus points. That's 4 straight games of 30 plus points. Let's keep it rolling, right? Excuse me. Josh Allen. What a fantastic drive to get us going. Hits Emmanuel Sanders, right? Hits Zach Moss in the middle. Keep rolling. And we keep rolling. He gets us into playing time. Excuse me. He gets us into field position to win the game. You've got to give credit to our quarterback. 350 plus yards, 3 touchdowns in the air. Dude was on the money. And it's unfortunate because that one interception came off of a woof of a play off of Spencer Brown. And I was like, golly, when that freaking replay happened, I was like, it's like getting beat is one thing, but the way that Spencer Brown got beat, ugly, nastiness, just nasty, right? But it is what it is. He's a rook. He's going to learn. But for me, Josh Allen drives us back to the goal line. That was fantastic. That was great. That's the quarterback. That's the guy that we paid a lot of money to. Give us a chance to win. That's exactly what he did. Pass blocking. Most people might say, whoa, what are we talking about, man? We gave up 3 sacks. Yes, we did. But we also allowed Allen to throw for 353 yards, right? That means we kept him upright. We gave him time. The amount of time that Allen had surveying the field, I saw it. He was here. He was there. He was backing up. He was forward. He had the time. They gave him time to throw. So shout out to the pass block. Pass blocking was fantastic. We gave the man time, and he was able to light these guys up, right? Here's another one. Isaiah McKenzie's kick return. We are down. The momentum is on the Tennessee Titans side. Kick is up in the air. McKenzie grabs it. There is room. McKenzie absolutely dashes for the end zone. I was over the moon until, and we'll get into that afterwards. But shout out to McKenzie because, and I bring this up because McKenzie's been doubted. He's been great. He's been solid this year, but he's been doubted. Can he? Will he? Oh, I don't know if he can. He silenced everybody with that kick return. But man, that one hurt. That one hurt to get that brought back. That one did hurt. So those were my good. I didn't want to nitpick on everything. So hand me the good. What do you guys have as your good? I'm scrolling through the comment section right now. My man Autumn says, yo, the good. The defense actually had a good, the defense actually had a good start. Offense was able to deal with rotating defensive positions. Bass hit field goals when called for. Isaiah McKenzie can zoom when there's no flags, of course, when there's no flags. So that was the good. David says the good was Josh and the receivers. Thank you very much. So here's another one that I had, right? Receivers did their job. Cole Beasley, 7 receptions, right? Stephon Diggs had 8 receptions, 8 or 9 receptions for 80 yards, 80 plus yards and a touchdown. They came to play. Dawson Knox did his job. Definitely did his job. Even Sweeney got into the love. You know what I'm saying? Sweeney was doing, Emmanuel Sanders was doing his job. The receivers were doing their job. They did their job. So shout out to the receiving crew and shout out to the offense. Right? Fabian K says, yo, there was at least 3 holding calls on the Big Henry run. No penalty calls. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. Trust me and believe me. I already have some people in there talking about the Bills suck. Come on now. You a Titans fan. Y'all won. It was a good game. Not going to lie. It was a very good game. Patrick N says, yo, the good. Knox multifaceted coming through and clutch again. B showing up. Diggs, Sanders. The receiving core was fantastic, man. They did their job. They did their job. Buffalo Mania News. Absolutely. That 3-minute offense or the 2-minute offense, 2.5-minute offense. We rolled. We killed clock and we got to where we needed to. You know what I'm saying? Here's another one. Time of possession. We won the time of possession. You know what I'm saying? Problem is, we just didn't execute in the red zone. And we're gonna get into that. We definitely will get into that. But I hear what you're saying, man. The receiving crew did their job, and that 2-minute offense to get us right back to where we need to. Solid. My man Steve says, yo, we need to get some mean tough D linemen that can push people around. We have them. It just wasn't going to happen this game. My man Scott Easter says, I just don't have faith in Singletary and Moss. Damn. Scott Easter, coming with it. Now, I'm going to get into that. I'm going to definitely get into that. All right. So to me, those were my good. Anything stand out for you that was good in this game, right? Because we in the segment, the good, the bad, the ugly. Give me the good. Give me the goods. What do you guys have for the goods? And if you guys are done with the goods, I can move on, you know what I'm saying, to get into the bad and the ugly. You guys will be surprised. My man saying, can Cole get some love? Cole Beasley came and played, man. Cole Beasley did his job. 7 receptions for what, 70 yards, give or take? Cole Beasley did his job, man. And some could argue that Cole Beasley got in that end zone. Cole Beasley got in that end zone, and they quickly moved on to the next play. If they took the time to monitor that play and really go through it, I think they called a touchdown on that Cole Beasley play. That's real talk, man. My man Autumn says, the good, Rico and the Buffalo Fanatics. Yo, let me give you some love, man. Let me give you some love, because we put a lot of work with the Buffalo Fanatics, man. We do. And for that, you get some love, my man. Autumn is trying to, say, get some love from your boy. And you did. So to me, I'll give you another good. So Bills fan says it's on Dable. Ooh, I don't know. I don't agree with that. Here's another good. The fact that Dable lost a close family member. I believe it was his grandmother or grandfather. I'm not too sure exactly who, because not too long ago, he lost a grandparent as well. Right? So two sets are from the same set. I'm not too sure exactly, but grandma and grandpa passed within a month of each other. And your heavy heart is on the road trying to focus and get these plays across and so on and so forth. That's a tough deal, man. That's a tough deal. And he called a good play. He called good plays, man. He called us into winning this game. We just didn't execute. We just did not execute. People have different body chemistry, and body forms are the way it's built. That's why people have some of the positions they have. So maybe they need to guys for protecting Allen on some opening and for some opening holes. I mean, yes, essentially. I mean, you just got to get the best 5 that's got enough chemistry together to get the job done. That's what it comes down to. Fluffy Panda says, yo, lost grandfather, grandmother previously, both helped raise them. See, that's killer. I'll tell you right now, I'm super close to my grandmother. And eventually the good Lord's going to take her. But, yo, asking me to perform at my best when something like that is looming on the back of my mind, that's very difficult to do. That's what you call a professional. And he almost got us out of that game. We didn't execute. Justin Walker says Singletary was good, but they stopped feeding him. He was dragging dudes. He was definitely running hard in the first few series, man. He was running hard, man. The guy had 5 yards of carry. You know, 5 carries for 25 yards, and then we just stopped going to him. I don't know what was going on, man. We just stopped running the ball, and we just were ineffective running the ball. 3 yards of carry for Zach Moss. Zach Moss was just getting buried in the background, in the backfield. It was just off. But when you have a quarterback like Josh Allen, you can throw the ball. You better whip that ball around. That's what we can do. All right, here we go. Let's move on. So we got into the good. Now, let's get to the bad. What did you guys find that was disheartening about this game? What did you guys find that was bad about this game? I need some help here. Marquis says we should have ran some counters. There's a lot of things we should have done, man. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. So let me get to my bads in this game, and then I need your help, right? Penalties continue to kill us. Penalties continue to stall our drives. Penalties continue to keep the team on the field. Like it's getting bad. It is getting bad with some of these penalties, man. And there were some gruesome penalties, and 2 specific penalties by Andre Smith. Andre Smith had a absolutely ugly penalty. Hold. I mean, Isaiah McKenzie was already past you. He was already past you, and you had to, and you made it blatant. It's not like it was like tight. You had your hand out and you yanked. It's like, why? He's past him. He's not going to affect him. Isaiah McKenzie runs a 4.4, 4.3. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, fam, that was a hold. I know Marquise wants to say it's not a hold. Fam, it was a hold. It was a hold. And I was like, come on, man. Now, refs got to be like, yo, that was a ticky-tack hold. He was already past him. He's not going to affect the play. Yo, let's keep it moving, man. But nope. These guys were like, we on that shit. But when you make it as blatant as you did, they're going to call it. They're going to call it. Shout out to my man Mario. Mario says, hey, man, here was the bad. Sitting Epinesa and Obata. For Obata, we needed him in the pass rush. Some people have issues with that. They didn't like the fact that we sat Boogie Basham. They didn't like the fact that we sat Epinesa. But hear me out. The reason that they did that is because they wanted more beef on the front lines, right? Obata, big boy, 6'5", huge fella. He's got some meat on him, and he can play inside. He's versatile enough to play inside and out. Phillips, big boy, gained a lot of weight in the offseason. They needed the weight in the trenches. Some would argue that it didn't make a damn difference. Did you see a difference? We gave up 143 freaking yards rushing. We should have put Epinesa in there and get the pass rush going, because guess what? We didn't sack Tannehill once. And let me continue with my bad. So penalties obviously killed us. And then here's another one. The amount of let me just go in order. Run game. Our run game, we were non-threatening and we were non-existent. They didn't give a damn about our run game. They were able to just use their front lines, Harold Landry, Bud Dupree, and continue to just harass us. And we just gave up on the run. We wanted nothing to do with it. And the fact that we were so non-existent, they didn't care. The defense was like, yo, we know where you want to go, and we're going to do our very best to stop you. They didn't really stop us too much, but when it really counted in the run game, they did. That's how much respect they had for A, our linemen, and B, our run game. It just wasn't it just wasn't cutting it. It just wasn't cutting it. And it's sad, man, because we hold our running backs to high regard. At least I do. I love Devin Singletary. Love Zach Moss. I feel like if one guy gets more touches and gets going like Henry can, they can do some damage. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we were having to play from behind. We had 7 different lead changes, back and forth, back and forth. It's just that it's like we didn't trust the run game. We didn't trust it enough. And it sucks because we have some pretty good backs back there, but we were getting pushed around in the trenches. We were getting pushed. And at one point, you got to make a decision, say, fuck, like, we can't do this no more, man. We're killing ourselves with these. I might as well go for a quick hitch and get me my 5 yards that I need, the 6 yards that I need, instead of losing or gaining a yard or two. And now we're in 2nd and long, 3rd and long, putting us in bad positions. It's a tough one, man. It is a tough one. Shout out to my guy, Dylan. Dylan says, yo, do we keep around too many mediocre guys just because they have some special teams value? Example, Andre Smith, stud on defense, offense, average guy, who can also do special teams. It's a tough question because you have our coach that is a coach that preaches versatility. I need you to be able to do a whole bunch of things, multiple, on the defense or offense, whatever the case is. And if you bring more to your game in that special team, we will keep you, because at any moment I can stick you in this defense and I expect you to perform, right? We don't just have a special teams All right, we back up. I don't know what happened there, but we're here. So, folks, my man Dylan came up and said, do we keep around too many mediocre players? Right? So I got into that. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me now? Give me a second here. Can you guys hear my audio? You guys are good now? All right, we straight. I don't know what happened there. Weird scenario that just happened there. But anyway, somebody made a good point. And it was Dylan that got into there. And then somebody made a point about Josh. We're back on it. But Josh taking bad hits that loses us yardage. And I'm so glad you mentioned that. I don't know who mentioned it, but somebody did. Right? And sometimes it does happen where Josh will take bad sacks. And it drives all of us nuts, not just me. It drives us all nuts. And it puts us in predicaments. And now you're putting yourself in a position that you got to force it. Those are little plays that he's got to get rid of. But guess what? We live and we die with those type of plays from Josh. We have to. To tell him not to do that would be him with the potential that how many times has he bailed us out? Where he gets himself in that position, holds onto the ball, gets out of a tackle, and gets us a first down, or if not a touchdown. So we have to live and die with those Josh moments. It's the facts. We have to. We just got to get over it. It's just what it is. I was once there with you guys where I'm sitting here just losing my mind, losing my freaking ever-loving mind when I'm like, why does he do that? And the same breath that I'm cursing him, he breaks a tackle and gets a first down. And you're like, holy crap, only a guy like this guy can do that. That's him. That's Josh. You feel me? So to me, the bad, you've got, let me look at my bad here. So the fact that we are non-threatening on the run side of the ball, Josh tends to try to do a little too much to compensate for lack of our run game, puts us in bad positions right now. And then it forces our hand. That's what you get, right? Here's another thing. Somebody was asking about the amount of depth that we have on this team, and sometimes it's useless. Like a guy like Breida. Breida touched the field week 1, and we haven't seen Breida since. So are you saying, some people say, well, let his ass go. Like, we don't even use it anymore. We have Breida, we have, Moss, we have Singletary. What do we need with Breida? I mean, let his ass go, because we already use Gilliam anyway. And we don't run the ball as often anyway. So what's the point of having a guy like that? Well, change the pace. But we haven't used him. So go figure. So a lot of folks might say, yo, get rid of him and bring somebody else on that can fill the roster, that can do something, that can help us out. Who? Where? That's really the question. All right? Let me get to my last point. Hold on. My man Pierre Kim says, yo, facts. Time to get over harping too much on the bad, because the bad at times ends up being huge plays. I'm telling you, it can be. It definitely can be. That's for damn sure. That is for damn sure. Now, the other bad that I wanted to just get off my chest here, right? Looking at it. Allowing the 143 yards rushing. That one hurt. I know that big run of 76 yards was questionable, because here's the deal. A lot of people are talking about, hey, man, that play shouldn't have gone through. There was a hold. And when you initially look at the play, bang, bang, it looks like everybody is hat on hat. Everybody's getting drifted into the turf, and my man finds the seam, cut back, he's gone for 76. Slow things down. You start to see some things. The one blatant one is Trey White trying to catch up, and then A.J. Brown yanks his arm. That takes all the momentum from him, and there goes King Henry to the end zone. Jordan Poyer is about to lean. I mean, he's making his way towards Derrick Henry. Receiver's got his hands on the inside of his shoulder. You don't see it as a bang, bang play, but from different angles, you see it wrapped around, and Jordan Poyer's can't get loose. He's gone. And that had people heated, because that run doesn't happen. Maybe this game doesn't even, they don't even win this game. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. And that was one of a blatant bad play that most people are like, man, if that doesn't happen, man, that's killer. Now, bang, bang, here's what it looked like. Jordan Poyer just getting driven and just gets driven to the turf. good play by a receiver. He keeps driving his legs, call it a day. But when you look at the footage, you see otherwise. Pierre Kingpin says, yo, say we take that play away. Henry probably ends up with 75 yards and 2 tutties. That's possible. It is possible. But we also know that he gets stronger and better in the fourth. But like, we could play all the scenarios we can, right? Let's just say, you know what I'm saying? There's no touchdown to freaking Stephon Diggs, right? Let's just say it was an offensive pass interference. Like, we could play all these scenarios. It doesn't help us. It doesn't help us none, right? To take away, like my man Kevin always says, what? Taking away someone's play? You can't do that. We'll take away Josh Allen's 350 yards. What do you guys got? You just can't do that. You can't play that scenario. You can't play that scenario. So those were the 3 bads that stood out to me. All right? Those are the 3 bads that stood out to me. So run game, not non-threatening, right? Non-existent. It didn't scare anybody. It doesn't scare. Our run game does not scare a soul. Nobody. Doesn't scare anybody. All right? Andre Smith our penalties killed us. It negated a lot of big plays that we could have had. Took some back. Our friend Emmanuel Sanders had one. Andre Smith had an egregious. He had 2 egregious plays that took our plays back. And lastly, a big one is we invested so much into this D-line. We are going up against a quarterback that has been sacked 20 times in 5 games. And we are one of the best defenses in the game. We're one of the top teams in sacking the quarterback. And here we are getting absolutely no pressure, no sacks. And we just allowed Tannehill to just get rid of the ball all day. We didn't even get our hands up to bat the ball down. That was the most disheartening watching this game. Disheartening watching this game is that we got no pressure whatsoever. And that was killing me. We got 2 QB hits. One was by Phillips. And I think the other one was by Jerry Hughes. That was it. That kills us. If we want anything to do with anything, with winning, we've got to put pressure. What do you think we did to Pat Mahomes? We were all over Pat Mahomes' ass. But guess what? When you build your team to take down the Kansas City Chiefs and you forget that you play a juggernaut in Derrick Henry and a freaking muscle man in AJ Brown, muscling everybody all over the place, it's tough. So this is where you got to be an overall defense. You can't just prepare for that one team, right? That's 2-4 at this point. So we got to get our act together. We got to have 2 weeks to regroup, just like we did last year. We took an awful loss to the Cardinals right before bye. And then we went on a freaking huge run. So keep that in mind too. This gives an opportunity for us to go on a big ass run. So we'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how it goes. AFAC says, too many runs for 26. Feed Moss more. A lot of people feel that way. I'm one of them. Scott Blake says, I love Allen running when it's not designed. I think we all feel that way sometimes too. We hold our breath just a little bit when it's a design run. My man Angelo says, Rico, how can a run game scare anyone when we run the ball 13 times? It's non-existent. It's non-threatening. Yeah, they got running backs back there, but we don't give a damn about them. We'll let our front 4 handle that. We'll worry about these receivers because they're a handful. They're a handful. Josh Allen scares anyone. Yes, he does. Yes, the heck he does. I'll tell you that more. Scott Easter says, Poyer should have threw his arms up like the Titans did every all night. Hey, man, he didn't have a chance to throw his arms up because it was freaking tucked in. I can't get my arm up. I can't even reach for the freaking running back. And you want me to throw my hands up to get a flag? It's not going to happen, kid. It's not going to happen. All right? So I'm done with the bad. Let's get to the ugly. Because most people think I'm going to just jump all over them and say this, that, and the third is ugly and so on and so forth. Listen, just a couple things that stood out to me that was ugly in this game. We allowed the Tennessee Titans to go 6 for 6 in the red zone. 6 for 6. We're not winning no games doing that, folks. We're not winning any games allowing their team to dictate everything. They had us so shook on play action. We didn't know what was coming our way. They had us guessing. The same way that we had the Kansas City Chiefs guessing and every other freaking defense trying to figure us out guessing, they had our defense guessing. Is it a run? Oh, it's play action. Oh, yeah. We were shook. That 6 for 6 in the red zone, that's killer, man. We didn't stop them. Guess what? 2 punts allowed in the game. 2 punts. The Bills only punted twice, which is normal. We score points. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? Having the number 1 offense in the game, yes, that's what we do. But fam, 6 for 6? The defense, hate to say it, they let us down in that aspect, man. They let us down in that aspect. We almost had to come back despite all the nonsense to try to win this game, but we fell short. But 6 for 6? That's a killer. Here's another ugly, and I got to call it like it is. I have to call it like it is. Nasty, ugly, atrocious, disgusting. Our 2 mauler of linemen in Deion Dawkins and Feliciano on the last play of the game, where you need to win, you need to get in the end zone, you need this first down, whatever the case is. You have one job: push the other man back. Do your best and push them all back. Even if it's a stalemate, at least, nobody wins. But not one guy, but both guys get blown off the ball. And on top of that, Allen slips. No leverage to try to get his anywhere because Simmons is a monster of a man and just destroyed Dawkins. Feliciano, I don't know what that man was doing. That to me was ugly. Last play of the game, I'm sitting here like this in front of my TV, wondering, okay, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Here we go. Here's the play. Ball game. That was nasty. Both our guys get blown off the ball. I cannot believe it, man. That still irks me now. That still irks me right now. But you win some, you lose some. And we go to the bye. It would have been nice to have a win to go into this bye, beating both teams that beat us last year. We got one, we lost to the other, and now we just got to keep going. Don't forget, we have some games that we can definitely win. Coming up, we got the Dolphins, we got Jacksonville, and we got the Jets. 3 games that we should win. Should win. And then the schedule gets tougher. We play the Saints, and then we play the Bucs. Oh shit. We play the Saints and then we play the Bucs. I don't know about y'all, man, but I don't know if I like Monday Night Football. I prefer Sunday night. Yo, if you're gonna let us play on these games, man, yo, give me Sunday night. Monday night, I don't know if we do too well on Monday nights, man. I got PTSD from Monday night. That I went to the game, Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? When they came on the Monday night, I think it was T.O. was on that squad. Tony Romo was quarterbacking. It was back in 2007. And that game still gives me issues on Monday night. Golly. And this Monday night just gave it to me again, man. Give me Thursday night. Give me Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Give me Sunday night. But Monday night, man, I don't like Monday nights, man. Monday nights don't do it for me. And it clearly doesn't do it for our team. 1 p.m., we good. Sunday night, straight. Thanksgiving, give it to me. Golly, man. Yo, my man Kingpin says, yo, that loss hit different, though. The games where you know you're at least going to overtime and lose like that, sheesh. It's a nasty loss, man. It's a nasty loss. So imagine how we as fans are dealing with this. And the players must be like, come on. My man Chandler Biggity Bing says, yo, Monday night better than Tuesday night. You're right about that, fam. You're right about that. But yeah, man, that was nasty. Collinsworth, man, F Collinsworth, man. But altogether, those were my 2 uglies. The red zone offense, 6 for 6. Last play of the game, our 2 linemen getting blown off the ball. I mean, in that regard, would you take Feliciano out and I dare I say, you know what I'm saying, move Cody Ford in there and just, I mean, you know he can't pass block for shit, but maybe he'll get something in there. Now you know you got me speculating now. Anyway, that's it for me. And when it comes to the good, the bad, the ugly, it's one of those things where it's tough to swallow, but we're here. We got to make sure that we kind of, you know what I'm saying, learn, go through it, get what we learned from it, and keep going. And speaking of what we learned, what did we learn from this matchup? Now, this is where I'm going to be reading some of your chat comments. What did you guys learn from this game? I'm curious. Talk to me. What did we learn? What did we learn? Here's one thing I learned. I learned that if we are going to be a real contender, we've got to hone in and focus on the task at hand. And if we're going to show teams that you can't bottle us up as a one-dimensional team, we've got to establish a run game, man. We've got to. Like 5 carries for this guy, 5 carries for that guy. That ain't shit, man. 82 yards run. Like, come on. We've got to establish something, man. What else did we learn? Tell me what we learned about our team. What did we learn about this loss? What did we learn this game? James Manhart says, yo, after this bye, it's a race for the best record for home field and rest. We need home field. That's what we should be playing for. The chances are we are going to win the division. Chances are we have a high probability of winning the division, but it's that bye week. We want the bye week. That's what we want. But I need y'all. Talk to me, man. What did we learn this game? My man, New Mexico, EJE. He says, hey, our guard play is horrible. Is what they should have learned as a team. Well, I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. If you bring back all your linemen, you better get some new running backs. Oh, no, we're going to bring all the running backs back. All right, well, then bring me some new linemen. Oh, we're not. We're going to bring you the same linemen that we had last year. And we couldn't run for shit last year. So what did you expect to change? What did you expect to change? Because I don't see a whole lot of change. We're going to have some good moments. But like when you see, and this is what I would love to, I would have loved to see Devin. I mean, Devin showed that he wanted to be there. You can tell. But I wanted these guys to come in and be like, you know what? Derrick Henry be getting all this love. It is my time to show this guy that I can run just like him. I don't want him to show graphics of Derrick Henry. I want it to be like a back and forth battle. Not that it would be, but it would be nice to, you know what I mean? At least say, oh, okay, that boy's running for like 60 yards. All right, we can, the defense has to now account for this running back. But this team did not account for no running backs. They're like, nah, fam, I'm not even fazed by y'all. And that's what we don't want. Rossi says, yo, Tremaine really had some great hits today. Yo, Tremaine was physical. This game was the most physical I've seen Tremaine Edmonds. This was the most physical I've seen Tremaine Edmonds. You know who I did not hear a lot of? Believe it or not, Matt Milano. I did not hear Matt Milano's name. Maybe I heard it maybe 2 or 3 times. I didn't really see him on the field either. And when I say see him on the field, meaning making big plays, I didn't see that. It's not his day. It's not his time every day. But I was surprised I didn't see or hear his name as often as I should have. New Mexico says, yo, Rico, that will be the downfall of this team. The downfall of this team, excuse me. No change in the overall offensive line. Yeah, we didn't change the run game. We didn't change the O-line. What y'all expect? We brought some receivers in, though. That's making a difference. You see that? We brought some receivers in. We upgraded a receiver. We brought Emmanuel Sanders in. We let go of John Brown, and you see the production. Rusty Production says, yo, Spencer Brown needs a lot of work on pass blocking. Golly, does he ever. At 6'8", 311 pounds, physically, he is a beast. He can run block. He will maul you. That's his thing. But golly, you have long-ass arms. Keep these guys at bay. These guys are toying with you, man. His pass blocking is not good. It is Average at best. At best. And I'm stretching to say that. We've got to be better. We've got to be better. Overall, the O-line did get better, in my opinion. But if they see that my man can't pass block, you best believe they're going to be coming after Josh's right side all day, every day. And we're going to see a lot of Josh rolling out because he's bailing the pocket. I hope that doesn't happen, but we shall see. My man, Justin Walker, I've learned against good teams, we're going to have to score 40 points. You're not wrong. Or against good teams, we're at least got to make a couple stops, man, in the red zone. How about that? Make some stops in the red zone. That's what we need. Matt Livingston says, Milano didn't look 100%. It's possible. Maybe not. He didn't play last game, so maybe he just wasn't 100%. Who knows? But I mean, I'm not. If we had to put AJ Klein in, put AJ Klein in. AJ Klein is a good player. He's one guy that when you put him in, I'm not worried, believe it or not, because he's proven himself. Patrick N says, yo, we have a history of making trades with Seattle, and right now Seattle's looking for a quarterback. Maybe we can deal offensive line help for Trubisky. I mean, maybe we could, but I doubt it, because if Josh Allen goes down, who are you going with? Are you good with Josh? No, I'm not even going to say it. Trust me, I don't want that at all. We'll keep it the way we are. We just got to get better. That's what it comes down to. My man Chandler says, yo, we're starting to feel that we have a different dimension compared to last year. A reminder of the work left to be done to reach the next level. 100%. This game was truly a game that you needed to see if these guys can really do it. Somebody said, well, against teams that are winless or are crawling to get some victories, we're nasty. But when we play a team that's got a winning record, we don't stand a chance. Or we look whatever. But at the end of the day, I don't agree with that. I read a lot of nonsense, but I don't agree with that at all. We were one play away. We were one play away from winning this game and us talking about, we got out of that one. Let's go in the bye week and let's get better. Let's work on this, because we're still talking about the things that we need to work on. We certainly are. We still need to work on the run. We still need to work on pass blocking. We still need to keep Josh Allen clean. Defense really needs to get after the quarterback, find ways, man. We didn't really blitz too much. That's another thing I noticed. We didn't really blitz too much on Tannehill. We decided to let our front four do the job, and we let the Taylor Lewan less Titans handle us with no sacks against Tannehill, which is insane to me. We always get after Tannehill. Win some, you lose some. We'll see how they play next week or the next couple of weeks and see how they play out when who's going to be activated and who's not. In my humble opinion, if I don't see Harrison Phillips in the lineup, I'm not going to be mad at it. I'm not going to be mad at it. Not that I dislike the player. I just feel like there's a better roster spot for Boogie Basham and AJ Epinesa. Guys that actually get after the damn quarterback. Boogie Basham's big enough that he can play inside too. Just saying. But we did not. Thank you, Marquise. Marquise knows it, man. We didn't blitz, man. We decided to use the same game plan we used against the Chiefs. Let our front four go after his ass. You know what I'm saying? But a guy like Mahomes will hold on to the ball a little longer, let his guys run around, and give us our guys a chance to go after him. A guy like Tannehill, he's like, I don't have that luxury to run all over the place, so I need to get rid of this ball quickly. And here we go. A.J. Brown had no receptions in the first half. And all of a sudden, we switched up. I don't know what we did, or they made adjustments and we didn't. And A.J. Brown just became a problem. A problem. We didn't even hear Julio Jones. Julio Jones had 2 receptions for 50 fucking yards. And the 43 yards of it came off a bounce off of a helmet and a catch on the sideline. And we never heard from him again. Some people are like, oh, but he got hurt. Well, he wasn't really doing anything in the first half anyway. We had him bracketed and bubble, and he wasn't doing anything. Scott Blakely. They have the rest of the week off, so resting muscles and sitting on this loss is the only thing happening. If anything, coaches need to figure this out. Oh, they're gonna figure this out, man. And I feel sorry for the Miami Dolphins because this team is going to come with a vengeance against you guys, man. And then we're going to make a run. We're going to go on a 3-game run, as we should. And then we face some challenging foes. One of them being the Saints with Jameis Winston, and then one of them being the Bucks. And the Bucks is on a Monday night? Or are we playing them on a Monday night? We play the Bucks on a Thursday night, and then we play. This is the Patriots or the Bucks? I can't see I think we play the Bucks on a Monday night. Damn, another Monday night game. Damn it. Those Monday night games are killer. So, folks, that's where we stand, man. So, shout out to my guy Brian Bowers. I see you, kid. Says in the games we lose, it's always the same bullshit from the coaching staff. No adjustments. It's tough, man. We didn't make enough adjustments to counter and take away Derrick Henry, right? But we were getting killed on play action. Play action was killing us because we stacked the box and we brought it in so we can take away Henry. We left the middle of the field wide open for the likes of A.J. Brown. And A.J. Brown was the talk of the town because all I heard was A.J. Brown in the middle for 7, A.J. Brown in the middle for 13, 4th and 2, A.J. Brown for crying out loud. Great route, though. He ran a great route. Can't even hate. Shout out to my guy, Scott Blakey, for that super chat. I appreciate you, my man. Scott Blakey says, hey, what I learned was that if Bass kicks another freaking short kickoff by design, we should fire the special teams coach. What the F was that? Now, that's a debate right now that's going on. And here's my take on the short kick. All right. So we lost to this team last year based on a lot of field position. Field position was the killer for us. So here comes this team. We're trying to eliminate the field position. So kicking it short allows them to, if they march the ball upfield, you get to the 20. Because right now, regulation, you kick the ball out of bounds, you're at the 25. So we want them to be able to gain every freaking yard they can. And did you see them? I think they had one kickoff return where they got, I think, 30 yards on it, 30, 35 yards on it. But for the most part, they were at the 20-yard line. So we were ahead of the game, if you will, right? So that's the one reason I can think of it, because we know that Bass can kick the ball out of bounds, but there was a strategy to that. Here's another strategy. I'm thinking to myself, killing clock. If they receive it, time gets wasted, so on and so forth, and here we are. But I think it was two matters. It was a matter of two things: pinning them as far back as possible, so starting on the 15-yard line, starting on the 20-yard line instead of 25. And some might say, well, 25 yards, but guess what? It was only 1 yard that we needed, less than 1 yard, and we didn't get it. So it's a game of inches. It's a game of inches at the end of the day. But when it comes to that strategy, I'm sure there was a thought behind it, and the thought that I'm thinking is field position and time of possession. Let them skimp away their time by taking that reception and going, losing yardage or doing whatever they need to do, right? And then go from there. That's the only thing that comes to mind when it comes to that strategy of short kick, right? So hopefully that question gets answered. I'm gonna go back and look at some videos of the press conferences, and if somebody asked that question, what the strategy was, and hopefully coach answers it. If not, then we'll never know. we can only speculate. My man, PBC says, is it not time to let Dane play a full game as the number 2 and sit Levi's behind down? This is the bye week. The bye week is coming up. So maybe we might see a lot more Dane Jackson. I'm very curious. We might see some changes happen. So, we saw some changes happen on the line. Cordy Ford benched, Spencer Brown in. So we might see a lot more Dane Jackson than Levi Wallace. Stay tuned. It's a fair question. And this is where the bye week comes in. Bye week changes happen. So we're going to find out how much changes are going to happen once this bye week has come to its conclusion and we face the Miami Dolphins. We'll see. My man ASAP says, hey, we knew what they were going to do and simply couldn't stop it. Allen has to take what the D gives him, and we beat ourselves. And this is my one last beef that I have. Because Allen does have an issue with taking what the defense is giving him. And there was one blatant play where he's looking upfield. He looks at the sideline, right? Doesn't like it. He doesn't want to go to it. Not because it's not there. He just doesn't want to go to it. I want what I want. And he's just like, oh, fine, gives it up. I think it was either to Cole Beasley or it was to Zach Moss. And Zach Moss or Cole Beasley took it for like a 7-yard and got a first down. You could have given it to him sooner. He would have done way more work with it. So he does have an issue. He does have an issue with taking the damn the freaking the kickback and the drop passes right here. Like you can just drop it off in the corner here. Just take it. Take the dump off. You know, take the safety one. Yeah, you don't have to go for the gusto every single time. So the dump offs are there, but he refused to take it. Even on the last drive, right? He was out of sorts and he's running and he throws it to Zach Moss in the middle, but Zach almost bobbled it because that thing came with some heat, right? Because he's not used to it. He wanted to go deep. He's like, here, take this one. Zach catches it. Anyway, great point. Take what the freaking defense gives you. And when they see that you are going to take it, then you hit him with the deep pass, man. Here's my last thing. Before I get out of here, man. This deep ball, you have 2 weeks to fix this fucking deep ball. Especially between Diggs and Allen. Because I've said it too many times to y'all, man. Something's up with these two. It's just not hitting. He keeps underthrowing him. Diggs does his job, beats his man clean, but here comes the ball underthrown. And it's not like Josh Allen doesn't have the arm. We know damn well he has the arm. But it's like he doesn't trust his arm enough to just whip it. So he's purposely taking some mustard off that bitch and having it underthrown. The interception. I mean, it was batted down, but there's one that was called back. And he threw an interception in double coverage. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. Like, it's killing me, man. You're killing me, Smalls. But that's killing me. But I mean, I'm hoping that it fixes up, man, because I mean, I can't complain. We're scoring 30 points a game, for crying out loud. But I'd like to see my guy, you know what I mean, take it into the end zone and do his thing. And by the way, when these players score a touchdown, would you let them do their celebration, for crying out loud? You have my man Diggs was ready to do the Omarion challenge, and these guys are up in his way. Yo, move out the way. Let me do my Omarion. You feel me? Come on, son. Let that man dance, man. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. You know it, man. Angelo, you know I've been talking about these damn underthrows, man. These underthrows be killing me, bro. I see that. I'm like, come on, fam. Scott Blake says, yo, thanks, Rico. This is therapeutic, man. Man, I have a knot in my stomach all day. Trust me, fam. I appreciate you guys for coming in with me to talk about it because I need to. I need to get all the stuff that gets off my chest, unpopular or not, because a lot of people don't like my takes. You're a hater. You're not a Bills fan. Man, go sit on a cactus somewhere. I'm a fan how you fan, but don't tell somebody else how to fan. You feel me? Everybody has their ways to fan. Some people just like to look at the positives and never the negative. You know what I'm saying? Some people just only focus on the negative. You know what I'm saying? I call it like I see it, man. Some shit is good. Some shit is great. Some things are freaking terrible. But I'll tell you this, man. This is therapeutic for me as well. Get this off my chest. You know what I'm saying? And just go on with my day. Just get it out there. Because there are some people that feel the same way. Or they have the same thought process. Oh, yes, I did see that. Did you see it? Yes, we both saw it. You know what I mean? And there's some things that you guys point out. I'm like, oh, shit, let me go back and watch the game and see what's going on. It's real talk. Yeah, that's the best way to tell people to go fuck themselves. Yo, go sit on a cactus. You know what I'm saying? They'll get the point. They'll get the point. Anyway. Yo, that's my time, man. I appreciate y'all. I wish I could stay on some more, but you know, your boys got to go to work. So it's that time. So listen, man, this was a bad loss for us. And not in the fact that we just look like trash. It's not like that. It's just it's a gut-wrenching loss. It's one of those situations where you're like, man, I didn't want to lose this game. But you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. And you know what it is? What it is? We have a new member by the name of Patrick N. Welcome to the Big Squad, baby boy. Let's go, man. Patrick, this is the best thing you'll ever do for yourself, man. Welcome to the Big Squad, baby. So, folks, this is going to be a long 2 weeks. A very long 2 weeks. So, bear with us. You know what I'm saying? We'll be able to get through this together. Join us. We'll have things to talk about. We got Z-Bot is up tomorrow. And we got the boys Next week, on Thursday, we got the Bills guys, Air Raid Hour. They're going to do their thing, and I'm back at it again on Friday. So I'm going to see if I can pick up some guests from all over the place and try to make this entertaining for y'all. But listen, shout out to my guy, Patrick N. Thanks for joining the Bing Squad. So, folks, that is my time. Enjoy the rest of the week. I know I'm going to try to. This loss is dirty, man. But we got no choice, man. We got to deal with it. So, until next time, it's your boy. And I'm gone. Let's go.